Hello, and welcome to the Foxworth Theory. I am your host, Eugenia Foxworth. This is a special edition of the podcast that I call the President's Roundtable. And my guests are leaders within an organization where I serve as president called FIABCI, the International Federation of Real Estate. It was founded in Paris in 1951. We are in over 65 countries. We are a business and networking organization. Our organization provides access and opportunities to professionals in every aspect of real estate, including attorneys, developers, purveyors, etc., and who are interested in gaining knowledge, sharing information, and conducting international business with each other. Whereas I represent FIABCI USA as president, my guests each are also presidents, and they are representing their countries. Ms. Lily Chang, who serves as president of FIABCI-Taiwan, is a veteran in real estate, even though she doesn't appear to be a veteran. She oversees 3 companies, Treasure Dragon, Galerie Pierre, and the MJ Construction Corporation. Ms. Chang has served as a consultant for the Taichung City Government and Municipality, as well as president of cultural, economics, and educational associations within Taiwan. She's overseen the construction of many buildings within her country. Welcome, Ms. Chang.
Thank you.
Thank you. Welcome, Mr. Budasara Sastrawanata, President of FIABCI Indonesia. He serves as the Managing Director of Saputra Group and the President Director of PT Saputra Residence, the company behind numerous leading new town developments in Indonesia. He also serves as Chief Executive Officer for new developments in Vietnam and China. Mr. Sastrawanata also served as a member of Parliament and the House of Representatives for the Republic of Indonesia from 2004 to 2009. Ms. Chang and Mr. Sastrawanata, welcome to the Foxworth Theory and the President's Roundtable discussion. Our audience is so happy, as I am as well, to have you here, and we are ready to hear your story. So let us get started. Our first 2 questions, is for each of you. First, how is it being president of FIABCI within your countries? Help benefit those who live there.
Thank you, Eugenia. Let me to have a chance to join your program. And thanks, Budiasa, to let me go first. Okay, sorry. Yeah, according to your question, to be the president of FIABCI-Taiwan chapters, I think I have to say is for the past 50 years, the FIABCI-Taiwan have served as a key channel between local leaders in the real estate industrial and international communities. Following our success in hosting the 2003 Asia Pacific Real Estate Conference and the 2013 FIABCI World Congress, we are very happy to announce that we will be hosting the next Global Leadership Summit in Kaohsiung in 2022, and also to celebrate 50th years anniversary. The FIABCI-Taiwan has not only been a bridge between the public and the private sector here in Taiwan, but also it's a bridge between Taiwan and the international FIABCI communities. We have nominated many of the winning projects from our FIABCI-Taiwan Real Estate Excellence Award. We take part in the FIABCI Pre-Excellence Award. And in 2021, this year, we were honored to take home with 3 golds and 8 silver medals in total. Okay. Also, in order to recruit the young talents, we have arranged morning talk series for our young members can enjoy their breakfast at the same time. They're talking about the new and innovative concept and idea in English. So, that is the whole idea in my term. And I would like to maintain my position to promote the Taiwan chapters more involving with international our FIABCI. Okay, so I think that is what I'm doing. Thank you.
And it's very impressive, Lily, very, but I'm always impressed.
Thank you.
And
yeah, now it's my turn.
yes.
Okay, so the FIABCI Indonesia actually started by Mr. Ciputra founding the Indonesian Real Estate Association way back in 1972. A few months later, then we joined Asia Pacific Real Estate Federation. But the next year, which is 1973, then we joined FIABCI. So the story has gone a long way back to the 70s. And we also have hosted FIABCI World Congress way back in 1983 in Jakarta. And then the second one is in Bali in 2010. So the story about FIABCI and Indonesian Real Estate Association has been a long time cooperation. And of course, we use also the association as the worldwide networking organization where all the professionals associated with the real estate industry meet. So we all can gain knowledge, sharing information, and then as well as conducting business within the members. So I think it all goes beyond what only we are doing, and our project, similar what Lily mentioned, we've been awarded with the Prix d'Excellence. In fact, I think our company, as a single company, got the most awarded project of the whole Indonesian project awarded by FIABCI. Maybe for the start of FIABCI and our organization.
What they are speaking of, I think my audience would like to know. We have what we call the Prix d'Excellence, and developers from around the world submit their projects. And the Prix d'Excellence is the Academy Award of real estate worldwide. So yes, that helps you. And we're still trying to catch up here in the USA, but we're working on it.
Good for you. Yes.
So the next question I have is for both of you.
Yes.
Each FIABCI president seems to have specific goals. I know I did, and direction for their country. Can you share what your objectives have been and are ongoing, please? Don't fight each other.
How about Budiasa first now?
Oh. Okay, I thought should be ladies first. Okay. Then, of course, our objectives, as we mentioned earlier on our mission, so the members can really use FIABCI as their business networking, and that has been proven throughout the years by the benefit they have enjoyed. That's why we've been a member for so long. I think, of course, our goal is that they can really grab the opportunity of the networking, of gaining on improving their knowledge and their capacity, as well as sharing among members worldwide, not only, of course, within the Indonesian members, and conducting business that we have enjoyed among members, like what we have been doing, be it even though among Indonesian members, but sometimes it happens when we are having our Congress or meeting abroad. That's something really very interesting, because sometimes when you meet in your own country, then the idea is sometimes not quite exposed. But when you are meeting with different group of people, then all things come up. Then comes the idea of creating this networking among ourselves. So I think what we've been doing, or FIABCI Indonesia have been doing, been recognized by the members. That's why we still be in FIABCI, and also we are grateful that Indonesia have the opportunity to be the president, the world president of FIABCI way back in 1989, where Mr. Ciputra was the first Indonesian to be the president, the world president of FIABCI, and then the second Indonesian world president was Mr. Ferry Sonoville, the late Mr. Ferry Sonoville, in 1995, if I'm not mistaken. Thank you.
Thank you.
So me?
Yes, Lily, you.
Yes. Well, talking about my goal, I think because after I've been involving with FIABCI for more than 10, 15 years, and we all know in FIABCI is like umbrella organizations, and also like what you said, 74 countries, and as far as I know, 47 chapters, and so I know FIABCI pay a lot of attention to many important global issues. So including like affordable housing, which is, I know Chiputs are doing very well, for the affordable housing, and basic right to shelter, as well as the UN, like United Nations, like 2050, the zero carbon emissions, okay? And FIABCI currently, I think, right now we have 4 professional counsel, and I'm one of the counsel, the World Council Investor in World Council of Development Investors. Also, we have the other professional counsel, and also have regional committees. So for those kind of committees, we always try to involve more. So like my Vice President, David Tang, he's the Vice President of Asia Pacific Committee. And also our executive board members, Jack Huang, he's one of the World Council of the brokers, Vice President, World Council of Broker. And, because as the Taiwan chapter's president, we would like to join more more activity in FIABCI. So like recently, I was invited by our world president, Jody Rieber, to join the strategy planning committee, and which is that oversee the midterm strategy goals of the organizations. So for example, we are now looking at possibility where our members can be better connected through the innovation technologies. So I think that is what we can do, as the Taiwan chapter's president, also work with the FIABCI headquarters. And I think that's my major goal, just do my best. Thank you.
Well, both of you have done your best, and I'm just amazed at things that you've done. I mean, I'm in awe, and I am just so anxious to hear more things. So it's not ladies before gentlemen, but I do want to ask you several questions now,
Yes.
Lily, and then Budasara, I will ask you questions following Lily's. Lily, how did you get started in architecture and real estate?
Well, you want me to talk about 32 years ago? I was studied as a household. I'm the household, like, because my husband, Peter, would like to buy a lot of property. So end up I have to maintenance or have to helping him to redesign or to sell the property, what he bought, and become involving as a developer. That is 32 years ago, back to 1989. And the reason is because I just, after I involved in more, I began to look at real estate development from a consumer point of view, okay? And ever since that, I began my journey as a real estate developer, and I've always tried to make sure that my project answer to the needs of my client, because I'm the consumer from the beginning. So, and I can say, because I can proudly say my company Treasure Dragon projects are built with a consumer-oriented mindset. So, well, like, I always would like to share with the audience, okay, the key lessons that I have learned as a developer. That is the importance of customer relationship management. And we would like to hold several information sections through the different stages of development. And most important, and the service does not stop when the property is handed over. Okay, so by holding annual concert and our residents and handing up the birthday presents and celebrating important holiday together, we work a lot with our customer and try to build up our the brand to the customer. And then I always say the brand power is the marketing power. So I don't know. That is what I started 32 years ago, and continually to doing the same thing over and over. And right now I'm still so happy to doing this.
And I recognize your happiness when I was treated like a queen. I should say all of us.
You are my queen too, really. Don't forget, I really enjoy you are here back to 2013. And really, you're always so elegant. I always said that. So elegant, so you like a queen, really, for me.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Now the next question. What inspired you to launch Treasure Dragon Corporation and build homes based on what you just said? You just said something, so if you would like to elaborate on it. With the mindset, you had said, with the mindset of being a practitioner who
Yes.
strives to enhance the building ecology.
Yes. because I already said it in the front. Okay.
You did.
Mindset. Yeah, I know, because normally I learned my interior designing clothes, and also I involve into the marketing as a consumer. So that make me different. Okay. When I say the mindset is, I'm not thinking of the business person. Okay. I'm thinking about the users. I'm doing my job from users thinking and to think what they need and to provide, to the market, and that makes difference. Okay. And
Yeah.
also, yeah, because the thinking is differently from the usually the business person. So I think the most consumer or most my customer, they really admire what I'm offer them. And also I always say that I always 100% responsible for what I'm doing. And also I ask them to, don't worry, I will be always next to you. So I think that is my concept. And because I offer them so much effort to helping them and to service them. So that make me very, I cannot say successful, but very good business. My business is coming back from old customer most of the time. Yeah.
How do you find the time to oversee the 3 companies? I know that you are a mother as well. So
Yes.
You've got your children and your business. Could you answer that for me, please?
Sure. People always say we need to have time control, but my time control is involving a lot of my secretariat office and all the association. I have all the secretariat to helping me, but mostly I think I kind of didn't sleep enough. Okay, I don't know, because during the day I'm busy for my construction company, busy for to watch the quality, and busy for my developer company because I do all the design too. I always say I'm not an interior designer, I'm the life designer. So I have to design, besides the interior, I also have to design the whole life concept, okay? And the art gallery is much easier for me because I, used to be Peter and I, my husband and me, we are the art collector. So because the art collector become to have art gallery, and we have the executive management to helping me. Only the opening I will show up, and mostly they will report back to me, what they're doing. So that one is less spend time from me, okay? And then I spend most of the time on my developer business and also the construction business. And the other CSR, I do a lot of CSR, I have 4 foundations, I kind of, I cannot say created, I founded the 4 CSR foundations, and that really use a lot of my time. And that is what people always ask me, how come you can work so much? How come you can find your time to be enough? And also at night, everybody's sleeping like midnight, almost midnight. I had to answer all the email from the international FIABCIs, FIABCI, all the group, and our WhatsApp, a lot of communications. They really takes me a lot of time. So if you ask me, how can I find my time? I lag on my sleeping time. Okay, I only sleep 4 to 5 hours per day. So that is not enough, but I try my best.
Well, I know because I get these texts from WhatsApp. I've learned to shut my cell phone off because one time I jumped up and ran to the shower. I thought it was my alarm going off, and it was someone from Indonesia or Taiwan doing
Yes.
it. So I don't know. I think you're vampires, but beautiful vampires. Now, my next question is, you've written books, but I have one question. I looked at something and I did not understand the word. What does Gendi, G-E-N-D-I-I, what
okay.
is that?
Zhendi is a name in Chinese name is looking for the perfectable housing. It's the best. It's like a motivate. It's not only the name. The name they will shows the motivations. So Zhendi is our brand name. Ever since 32 years ago, our first project, we already had the name Zhendi. Also, we registered the Zhendi for continually all the projects. So that is not really in your explanation, probably does, cannot explain too much, but in Chinese way, Zhen means motivated, looking for the perfections, and D is the housing. So that is the answer.
Okay. Yeah, so do you want to tell our audience a couple of the books you've written? I saw on love or something, Zhendi and things. Maybe you can say the names of the books now that we understand what Zhendi means.
Okay. Zhendi is the project name, the like a mark, trademark. Okay, Zhendi is a trademark. But when I say I have a book, for example, we have a quarterly magazine, which issued, from our company, the magazine always discussion about some environment and some greenery, just care about the environments. And when I say the books, I have one small book, the small book including all my thoughts, from the past 32 years. And in it, I have shared my business mindset, like what I tell you, I have a lot of, always come about different mindset and my learning from life, or in general, my philosophy. Okay, and the small book like that we prepare for each and every Treasure Dragon project are also over time study by our peer. So, and we are very happy to share our best practice. So the book always that accumulates for all the thoughts, all the thinking way, and then I write it down to always very short stories. The story very short. It's not a long story or the novel like that, but very easy to read, and people like to read it, and also will comment and also feedback to me what they're thinking. So I continually to have this like volume 1, 2, 3rd continually for the 32 years. So that is what I'm doing. And also, every project, I have to say that every project we promoted that, we always have one concept behind the project. And then that concept will become a story. And then I will write an article, about the story, about how we can become this project to present to the customer. And then there is a book, like a bootleg for the people to read it and to understand what we would like to promote it. Promoting the project, also promoting the concept. Yeah, so that is a book.
Now, what I would like to do at this moment is to take a break now, and then we will be back with Buddhasara. So we'll be off for about a minute, and please stay because there's much more excitement for everyone to hear on the Foxworth Theory. Please come back. Thank you.
Architecture. It starts with an idea. It's bricks and mortar, concrete and glass. It's shelter. It's the places where we create, celebrate, dream, and grow. Architecture shapes our lives and is the footprint we leave behind. Discover more about how architecture shapes your life during the Architecture in the City Festival this September 1st through 30th. Visit www.aiasf.org.
Welcome back to the Foxworth Theory. I am your host, Eugenia Foxworth, and our very special guests are Lily Chang, and Buddhasara Sastra Wanata. Welcome back. Now we'd like to have, as you said, ladies before gentlemen. So at this time, we'd like to listen to you speak. You were a member of Parliament and the House of Representatives of the Republic of Indonesia for 5 years. Could you share your accomplishments during that term in office? Or did that term make you really want to join FIABCI?
Actually, I was already with FIABCI well before I was a member of Parliament. And actually, I have no experience as a politician before I became the member of Parliament. But at the time, some of the member of the Parliament and the government, they invite me to run for the Parliament because they think there is a need for a businessman also to be in the Parliament, because in the Parliament is where you pass the law. It's a law-making body. So they really think the input and the experience of different side of politics will enrich the law, the process of the lawmaking itself. So then I accept the offer. So I ran for the Parliament in 2004. And of course, it is very different being a businessman and a politician. But of course, during those years, I still, because in Indonesia, you're still allowed to still have your own business, even though you are a member of Parliament. You cannot become a businessman, executive businessman, if you are an executive of the government. But we are the legislative, so I still can. So I think I was very grateful by being in the Parliament, so I can really give the input of what is anything about the law, the process of making the law, which is related to the my business, which is the real estate industry. So it will be more practical instead of just a theoretical discussion. So during those years, of course, then the process of the doing business, the conducive real estate business can be put in the law making process itself. So, and also they know that we as a businessman also have a concern of the other side of just business. So we are starting those time. Then more and more businessmen are involved or are invited to be also a member of Parliament. So I'm happy now. Quite a few number of businessmen is in the Parliament. So it will really give the color of the industry to be in the process of the law making itself.
I find that to be something that should be shared in many places, but I will not continue on that. I will like to ask you another question so that I will stay out of trouble. Is there a difference between the Saputra group and the Saputra, the PT Saputra organization. I know PT Saputra is resident, but could you explain it to me more so than the audience? Because I would like to know. I did not, know that there was a separation.
Because when you say PT is the legal companies, but when you say group, it means the whole activities. But actually, it's just it's the same active group of activities of the company. It's just legally you have the name with the PT. It's a company limited. Actually, PT is a short for company limited. But when you say group, it means the whole activities, because we have so many groups. We have so many PTs, or we have so many companies name, because we have. Until now, we have more than 130 projects in more than 40 cities in Indonesia and also abroad. So if you talk about the PT, we have so many. That's why we cannot mention of the PT and the projects, but we mentioned what the group. The group is the Ciputra group, where Mr. Ciputra, the late Mr. Ciputra, was founding in 1981.
Thank you so much. When I read about that, I said, wait a minute. I've been with FIABCI since 2003, and this is something I've always known, the Saputra group. And then I saw that. Thank you for explaining it to me. Back to questions that my audience would like to have answered. What town developments have you and the Saputra group have overseen in Indonesia? What town developments? You know how you do the cities within the cities, like Lily has done different things where you have the towns, like that's what we're saying, towns, like you have New York, and then they do a development within New York with the cities, the people, the neighborhood, the people that live there. So that's what I'm referring to. Is there, what have you done?
Yes, so our main core business is integrated township development. So what it means is a complete township, where you have residences, you have commercial activities, you have entertainment, you have other hospitality, or like if you mentioned like a commercial, we have the shopping mall, we have the office, but so that's why we call it an integrated. And of course, it varies from one cities to another and one location to another. In Indonesia, we have more than 33 cities, and all equipped with complete activities and facilities, like even hospital. We have in some. Of course, not in all our project, but we have some in some of our project. Lily also mentioned about the art. We also have, we call the Ciputra Artpreneur Center, where we have gallery, we have museum, we have theater. So it is a township development. And also not only in Indonesia, but also we have in Vietnam and China. Because in Vietnam, we are also the first large-scale integrated development. We were invited by the Vietnamese government, and that's why we go to overseas. Maybe it could be a question people might ask, because we foresee that overseas activities, of course, would diversify your business risk also. And as you know, the economic cycle of every country is different. So by having activities in different countries, you also would have a more stable revenue stream, and of course increase also your company footprint and brand reputation, and also you're exposed to the international business practice. But of course you have to be very cautious. Different countries has a different regulation, different legal framework, different exposure of political and economical risks, and of course with the different local customs and norms that will affect the product. So that's mainly our activities. In some of the project, we also have golf courses, hotels, and I mentioned and education also. And I mentioned about hospital. This is also very interesting. Maybe I would like to share that during COVID, in some of our hospitals, we built an extra temporary extension rooms that can accommodate for the patients, because there was a time that nearly all hospitals are full. So we extend, that's part of our CSR also. And also the government endorsed 3 locations of 3 different projects of our project to be the vaccination center. And at the vaccination center, until now, vaccinated more than 300,000 people. Wow. In the 3 locations. So that's as Lily mentioned also earlier, we also would like to give what we have enjoyed from our activities. We are very grateful that we can give, and we are also grateful that the government accept our activities in helping the need on this during this COVID-19 pandemic.
That's what our FIABCI family is about. And that's why I wanted to share your stories. And there will be others, so people will know how and what we do. Now, what I would like to do at this moment is to take a break now, and then we will be back with Buddhasara. So we'll be off for about a minute, and please stay because there's much more excitement for everyone to hear on the Foxworth Theory. Please come back. Thank you.
Architecture. It starts with an idea. It's bricks and mortar, concrete and glass. It's shelter. It's the places where we create, celebrate, dream, and grow. Architecture shapes our lives and is the footprint we leave behind. Discover more about how architecture shapes your life during the Architecture in the City Festival this September 1st through 30th. Visit www.aiasf.org.
Welcome back to the Foxworth Theory. I am your host, Eugenia Foxworth, and our very special guests are Lily Chang and Buddhasara Sastrawinata. Welcome back. Now we'd like to have, as you said, ladies before gentlemen. So at this time, we'd like to listen to you speak. Okay. I got a little curious, so I had to ask. Now, I know you've explained most things to us, and I just want to touch on one thing before I go on to Buddhasara.
Yes.
Based on your commitment to education and charities and the Development Association for the Disabled, could you more or less tell me, I know it's important to you, but why?
Why?
Yeah, I mean,
I
was
think
there something that occurred in your life or just life in general as you do with your developments, your humanitarian self, I mean, your beliefs,
yes.
your inner beliefs?
Yeah, I think I will say that is when I was young, I'm a swimming team lead, like a team leaders, and then I also is a life-saving guard, like life-saving guard. And we have a one sentence say, people diving and is our diving. The need. It's like if you can helping somebody, if you see somebody is dying, you have to helping them. It's like that. So in that moment, when I was little, very young little girls, I think from my mother saying, from very little, I already very care about our neighborhood, all the people surrounding me. I always ask my parents give me some money to give away to the other, like, the other friends or whatever. That is from the very little. And then once I grow up, and then I feel I'm so fortunate to have my life. So it's very easy. I doing my business in my right way, and I never go wrong. Okay, and I'm making money. I'm not saying easy, but I'm making money from my very conscious. How you say that? My conscious. I'm really very happy to what I'm doing, and also I originally I would like to share with you, like, my last project, $232 million US. I can sell out 3 days without advertisement. Every 185 units, it's like middle to high end project. And I sell them very easily. So from my personal part, I really so appreciate what I'm doing. And I think if I can do something for the other people, if they need me, I do it. And then I tell a lot of my friends, I say, I kind of how you use the words, I kind of take it, like become hard. Like if you don't do that, you don't feel good. When I'm doing this, I feel so satisfied to myself. I find my life value. Should I say that I find my life have value because I can do that. And that is, yeah.
No, I'm sorry to interrupt you.
No. I don't know how to use that words, but I just try to make my life. Yes, you can explain to me, please. Thank you.
You get to give.
Yes.
When you receive, you share with others, and you're grateful. That's more or less, I believe. I mean, and I'm sure my audience believes that, because we as real estate professionals, people look at us differently. And that's why FIABCI is so special. I mean, we help each other. We're there for each other, whether we're celebrating birthdays, new births, or whether we are there.
Yes.
One question more. The properties that you constructed, some of them are rather palatial. What inspired you and your team to create such beautiful structures?
Actually, of course, some of them are, you can say, palatial. But when we mentioned earlier that our core business are the integrated township development, it means that we cater for all segments, from the small, medium, and high end. And in fact, one of the law that we passed before also regarding that the government through that law is asking you to build what we call the 1:3:6 ratio. What it means is if every 1 unit of large house, you have to build 3 units of medium class house and 6 units of small houses. So when we say integrated, it means we cater for all segments. But of course, that in some area, of course, we cannot build all of the 3 segments, because if it is thousands of hectares, yes, we can build, but in some area that we cannot. Like if you mentioned about houses around the golf course, of course, it cannot be a low-cost housing. Then it becomes, then it is a high-end housing product. So, but it is our philosophy that we don't build houses, but we build homes.
Same.
So
Yes.
we create a lifestyle.
Yes.
Yeah, that's why I also feel very happy and satisfied when you go to the project, which already occupied by the residents, and we can see that they're with their families. It is a very satisfying moment for us, because that is our philosophy of the product. By doing that, we all based on our core value, which already laid by the late Mr. Ciputra. Our company's core value, or company, which can sum up with 3 words: integrity, professionalism, and entrepreneurship.
How can the audience follow you on social media or your websites?
Well, you can type in Treasure Dragon Corp. Can find me. Okay. Oh, unless you can, I can pass on to you my QR code. You know, our company have QR code website, and then you can put it on. Should be okay.
Then that's what we will do.
Yes.
And
also, you can follow us on our website, ciputra.com. Very simple.
thank you so
Perfect.
much. Thank you, Lily. Thank
Thank
you,
you.
Buddhasara, for being
Yeah.
with me and my audience. And we will be back. We will be back every Wednesday at 2 p.m. And you can find us. And thank you to our team. Thank you to your team. Thank you to everyone that made this happen, and the Harlem America Digital Network and Voice America. Thank you all. Thank you, audience,
Thank you.
and travel safely. Thank you.
Thank you.